Some of the really awesome perks that I think, besides PhotoPass, saving on parking, which we never really had to deal with before because we always stayed on property, but is the discounts that you get when you're shopping. We all know I love to shop, and you like to shop too, but not as much as me. He's rolling his eyes. Did y'all see that? But you get discounts on shopping as well as food, which that calls to his name. He loves to eat. We all know that as well. So what's really cool is you get this cute little pass holder booklet. It's a guide as far as what kind of discounts and things that you have. Most of this hasn't changed, but there has been some updates because it's the 45th celebration of pass holders, and
some of the stuff goes till October 1st.
Yes.
Unless they've extended it past October 1st. And it could have, I don't know. Like I said, some things we're not going to be accurate on.
No.
And you can correct us, that's perfectly fine. But what are some of the discounts that they are doing?
Yeah, so right now for pass holders, you get 20% off Disney merchandise, which is everything. There's no restrictions that I found as far as the merchandise goes specifically. Now, the only places where I have found that are somewhat restricted sometimes is if you go to World Showcase in the countries. Some of the countries do not offer the discounts there. Like Japan doesn't. What's the other one? Maybe, I want to say Germany maybe, I'm not sure. But some of them, you know, you have to double check, and it's always good, you know, to ask if you don't know. Everywhere you go. Don't feel silly about it because we don't.
Can't get the discounts at the character warehouses because there's already, the prices are
low. Yes.
You can't get them at the Disney stores.
No. But at like Disney stores like Emporium or, you know, Mouse Gears, yes, of course.
My advice, if you're an annual pass holder, download the Disney Shop Parks app, because there you can link your annual pass discount and get it through there on most stuff.
Yeah. So, and it does tell you in the book about merchandise. It says owned and operated merchandise locations. That's where you're able to get it, with some minor exclusions. But even places down in Disney Springs, they do offer it. I love shopping at Basin, and they offer 10% off, which is nice. So not the 20%, but 10%. Let's see. Lego store, you get 10% off there as well. So anybody looking to get the big, huge castle, which would be awesome, get 10% off. Hey, a little something is better than nothing. And then other places like Rainforest Cafe, little mismatch. So definitely good to have. But also all of this information you can find on your app and have it at hand. But you know, the first couple times we did go to the parks, we did take this with us just to make it a little easier for us to remember where and, you know, what was available to us. And then a while back in one of our videos from the summer, I was in search of something to remember the Main Street Electric Parade here in Walt Disney World. I know it's obviously in Disneyland right now, actually, but I was trying to find the pin that they had, the Main Street Electric Parade, and it was completely sold out. But because we were an annual pass holder, the girls asked us, hey, are you guys AP holder? And then we're like, yeah. So I was actually able to almost purchase this collection because we ended up getting it gifted to us, which was pretty awesome because they were just, well, that's just a whole other story.
We tried to find them every time we've gone, but we haven't seen them since.
We have tried to find them to say thank you so much for gifting us this. Well, Mickey gifted it to us. But if we didn't get this gifted, we obviously, you know, could have purchased it based on being an annual pass holder. And the value of it was $49.95. Of course, then you would have gotten 20% off of that. But nobody could get this unless you're an annual pass holder. So there's also merchandise throughout the year, whether it's pins, there's shirts, anything else that are specific just to annual pass holders, and nobody else can get it. So that's pretty cool. It's another little perk that you can collect merchandise that not everybody has. I mean, we know that there's obviously a ton of annual pass holders out there, whether they're non-Florida residents or Florida residents, but definitely another really cool feature that I think is nice to get something a little bit more unique. Yeah?
Yep. If you download the Shop Parks app, you get notifications on your phone about special perks or special apparel for annual pass holders. And I want to point that out now because the very first time that I noticed it was back in November when this shirt became available, which I've shown this obviously in other videos in the past. But one of the things that I know some folks, like Bill, Mr. Coaster, isn't a big fan of things that say that on it. But like I said on Twitter one time to him, to pay to go to, what was this place? Very Merry Mickey Christmas? You know, 90 bucks, 100 bucks. Whereas I paid, the shirt was $24.99 and I got a certain percentage off. So I got a shirt to at least, you know, I didn't go to it because for us it was a little expensive and maybe down the road we'll do it, but this year we didn't do it. So I ordered the shirt and I got it and because I liked it. Because
you've already seen it,
on
we
the
don't
front.
need to show it.
And anyway, so. Yes. About dining.
Dining, 10% off of quite a bit of locations. And I'm just going to name a few because it could take me a long time to go through all of them. But at Animal Kingdom, for example, you get 10% off at Yak and Yeti and Rainforest Cafe. Hollywood Studios, you get a discount at Hollywood and Vine and Hollywood Brown Derby. Epcot, I'm just going to name a few because there's quite a bit. Via Napoli, Tempon Edo, and Coral Reef Restaurants, so just to name a few. And then Disney Springs, there's quite a bit down here as well, which there's the Boathouse, Splitsville, T-Rex, let's see, Wolf King Puck, both his places, the Cafe and Express. And then also lots of places at dining at the resorts as well. So like Trails End, Olivia's Cafe, Boatwright's Dining Hall over at Riverside, Artist Point, Whispering Canyon, so lots of places that you can eat there as well. Magic Kingdom, the places that you can get discounts at, Be Our Guest. They get actually 20% off right now because of the 45th anniversary. Pico Bills, you also get 20% off. 10% off locations right now are Tony's Town Square, Liberty Tree Tavern, as well as a few other places. So again, that's not everything. Just wanted to show that it does pay to have your AP and make sure you remember to ask, hey, do you guys do a discount if you don't know where the locations are? Because hey, 10%, 20% saved is great throughout the trip, especially going to Disney, right? The other thing that Brad's always looking at is discounts on what?
The resorts. I check them daily, and I mean daily.
He does. Sometimes
morning, noon, night.
Mm-hmm.
They don't fluctuate a lot, but as closer as you get to when you want to make your trip.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll book the night before.
Sometimes
we leave for a trip. To go down there.
Which I don't like that because you guys know I like to pack in advance, but
Problem
I've gotten good at it. So.
Your selection of hotel rooms isn't quite as good.
Very, very limited.
Usually you're at the back of the resort. But you know what? I'll give you some examples. The value resorts, in January they're the lowest, obviously. But a lot of times we've gotten value resorts, and that means the All-Stars for $69. I know some folks, example, last night there were 3 folks that were at Walt Disney World, different couples, and I was going to say MCO, Orlando Airport was shut down because of the storms. So a couple of them, which were annual pass holders, DVCs, had called Disney customer service and got All-Star Sports for $69.
Can't beat that.
It's cheaper than a standard hotel.
Yeah.
So that's some of the things that you never know might come up, and that's some of the perks of being an annual pass holder. Some of the moderate resorts, I've been seeing Caribbean for $116 to $124.
Which is insane.
A night.
Yeah.
We've stayed at Riverside Quarters for $150 a night. Oh, Coronado, $137 a night. So how much cheaper is that than being a non-annual pass holder? About 20%.
Yeah.
Usually you save about 20%. Anywhere from 10 to 30%, I'll say, with being an annual pass holder. Is it worth it? If you go at least 10 days a year as an annual pass holder, you're saving there just on the hotels.
If not, obviously less for Florida residents, but I mean for non-Florida residents, he's referring to that 10, days minimum trip. So some other cool things as far as discounts go when it comes to, spending money. You get discounts on select entertainment and recreation things such as going to the miniature golf places, boat rentals. There's other things that you get, the water sports center at the Sammy Duvall's Water Sports Center, going bowling at Splitsville. And some of these prices vary between 10% and 20% off as far as depending on what activity that you do, which is fun. Just to be a pass holder, I think is awesome because I never thought that would happen, but that's not really anything specific to the perks of being a pass holder.
So,
but yeah,
it's what we figured was the best thing for us.
Absolutely.
DVC, I can never commit to a 50-year contract, and it's not transferable to family members or anything. Yeah. So, and then to have that annual fee, which is I think between $2,000 and $3,000.
I'm not sure.
And then you have the monthly that you need to pay. There's folks out there that can definitely take advantage of that.
And we don't have anything against it. It's just we just feel it's not beneficial for us.
Yeah. And we just decided to move south to just be close enough to drive and be annual pass holders. Example, I didn't even talk about the deluxe resorts. I just saw we could go actually next month and stay at Animal Kingdom for $207 a night.
That's insane. When it could usually run like $350, $340 a night, if not more. Yeah.
So, what else? There was just some other. I saw a lot of deluxes for in the $200 to $250 mark. So, from 1 to 10, I would say 9.5.
Yeah, I think even if we would ever move back north, I think we probably would still stay annual pass holders knowing all the special perks, wouldn't you have to say? Just because even if you time it out right, if you try to go like twice within 1 year, but like wait till like almost the following year to do it right before they would expire, it's still worth it and then renew again. Do you know what I mean? Because it's, I don't know, I find so many benefits to it. The amount of times that we've just gone a little bit, like it's so worth having the park hopper, especially on those shorter trips, because you're still able to visit multiple parks without having to pay extra for it. The food discounts, I wish there was a little bit more food discounts. So I think that, the perks are definitely there for us. Even if we were to move back north, I think we would still do annual passes now that we see all the benefits to it. Would you agree? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do. I hope this video wasn't too confusing. I'm going to do my best to break it down so it's not so confusing. You guys will... Well, not like that. But I'm going to try to simplify it a little bit by putting in this section is going to talk about discounts as far as...
Or...
What?
If you have a question on anything we went over or anything we missed...
that too.
Leave a comment and I will get back to you with an answer within 24 hours, if not sooner, on whatever it might be, because I will do the research to better assist you on making the decision if you want to become an annual pass holder. And if you're going to Walt Disney World at least 2 to 3 times a year,
do it
for three to 4 days at a time.
There's no question.
Do it. Just asked who? Let's see. Sprinkle Me Disney. Mm-hmm. They're annual pass holders. Mm-hmm. They know, and I think they go 2 to 3 times, and I think they just announced their next trip.
Yep.
Very soon.
Yeah, like Brad said, just comment below, and even just comment below if you have some suggestions or things that you use your annual pass for that we haven't thought of or said in this video or that we know of. So, because we are still learning ourselves. So, but we hope you all have a wonderful night, and we will talk to y'all real soon.
And follow some of our friends on YouTube, like Sprinkle Me Disney, Disney in Ohio, Mr. Coaster, Ears to Disney, and there's many more. And what we'd like to do at the end of our vlogs is do some shout outs to some of the other YouTube awesome folks out there, just to help them out so you can catch on and see some of the exciting trips that they make to Disney. See ya!